Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today's non-sponsor, once again, is Jocko Go Cherry Vanilla. Shout out to Jocko Willink.
Is this your favorite flavor?
Oh. Today's episode is how to stay motivated. Now, there are different sectors in motivation. We're not talking about foo-foo, rah-rah, hype motivation. We're talking about the inner motivation that allows you to go every single day as an entrepreneur or building your career or whatever it is. To stay motivated is sort of a science, because when you are building a business or you're building a book of business or whatever, you will have these waves and these flows where you will get excited, right? You'll get excited to hit that next level in business. But you have to avoid any type of, and I know this is hard for some people to understand, you have to avoid the feeling of comfort. What do we mean?
Jesus Christ.
We mean if your sales for some reason, some year or a year.
What?
If your sales 1 year is like double of what you normally do, don't sit back. Let's say word of mouth advertising is suddenly blowing up. You're getting a lot of referrals because you're doing a good job. That is awesome. You know, that's great. But that well will dry up, guaranteed. So in order to ensure that you have a steady flow of opportunity, you need to keep doing things, trying new things. Every year, you should be trying 2 or 3 new things, tactics, vendors, technology, something to keep progressing in a direction that's going to set you up for further success, or at least maintaining that uptick that you saw that came from word of mouth advertising. That sense of comfort is, even though it feels good, the sense of comfort in business is actually not productive. It's not good. You have to, like, if I have a really good quarter, I ignore it. Okay, that's just my advice. I ignore it. I don't really celebrate. I'm just like, okay, that's gravy. I'm gonna keep a momentum of flow coming in, and I keep myself, like the inner game in my mind, to keep myself pushing and pushing and pushing. But when you hit that level, you have to avoid the comfort. It's like the plague, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you have to embrace uncomfort. I mean, you know, it's funny, like whenever like someone asks how to stay motivated, it's like that's that like piece, that's like that unexplainable thing in you that just drives you as like an entrepreneur or as like a business owner. It's like that thing where like, oh, we always say like the screws loose or whatever. I feel like that's like what people are talking about, is how to just keep going and like not stop. Like, okay, we can talk about like, oh yeah, you know, work out, do this, do that, set milestones and stuff, which milestones is great, but like genuinely how to keep going is unexplainable force in the minds of entrepreneurs and business owners. But you could also drink Jocko Go.
Yes, you can.
To keep going. Non-sponsor. Non-fucking sponsor. I said that for free.
We are begging in the streets, folks.
I said that for free.
Begging in the streets.
Stop it. Get some help.
So,
I'm trying to help you.
So this is one way. Here's a tip. Here's information that you can use. Put it in your pocket and leave. Hear me out. A great way to motivate yourself and stay motivated is to align your business or your career with your life. Okay? Say this side's your life, this side's your career. What are things that you want to achieve in your life? What are things that you'd like to do? So let's say you want to pay for your kids' college, pay for further education, or pay off your house, okay, your home, or let's say there's a car that you always wanted, or a vacation you'd always want to take, but it requires a financial investment. If you take that life goal, line it up with your business goal, it will push you even more, because now there's a personal element to it, okay? So let's say there's something you really, really want to achieve, something you want to do, something you want to experience. On this side is the motivation piece. It gives you reason, it gives you purpose. That purpose, if you line it up with your life, is a great way to easily stay pumped, stay motivated, okay? Too many times, we'll talk to small business owners, and we always say the sweet spot where people get lazy about or less motivated is 7 million. $7 million in revenue based on our experience, you know, it's what we see. It's that between 7 and 10, I think, is the worst, where they are at a level where they feel like it's entitled and it's going to always be there and they don't really need to do much. And then any significant growth past that really doesn't excite them. We're talking about going from like 7 to 9, okay? Most small business owners, if you say, hey, we're going to jump your sales by 2 million, most of them are like, oh my God. You need to stay at that level where you're like, oh my God, and appreciate any type of improvement. So even if you are at 7 million, you have to step back and say, based on economic climates, things that are happening in the world, or my word of mouth network of people, believe it or not, these people move away. They pass away. They make decisions to go with another vendor because it's a relative and they feel obligated to do it, and there's no hard feelings, and they're like, hey, I got to move on. We have seen very successful businesses dwindle because of this sense of comfort and entitlement. So you have to always recognize that. Don't expect, hey, I'm at 10 million. I don't need to do anything. That is so fucking wrong. Jakub.
I agree. It's just, listen.
Yeah. That's awesome. That was awesome.
Listen, and it's all, the one thing that is in my mind is like, everyone has their number. Everyone has their place that they want to be at, whatever. And that's, I mean, I can agree to that. Like, if you want to hit 4 million in your business and then you want to stay there, that's great. If you have good margins where you're living good, you know, that's fantastic. But at the end of the day, you know, I feel like every goal of a business owner should be to exit, to sell. Unless you want to pass it down, unless you want to keep it, you know, alive for generations and generations, and it's making enough money where, you know, no one's worried about money or something like that. I'm not really sure, but no matter what, even if you hit that goal of 4, 5, 10 million, whatever it is, and you stay there, you have to, no matter what, you have to be motivated to continue building on that business. If you stop, the business will stop. If you stop advancing and taking advantage of new opportunities, then that growth could stop. So no matter what, it's like, you know, you could build a business to 10 million and then you're like, all right, now I'm going to settle down. If you don't set that business up properly and have the motivation to get that done, I guess, you know, then it's not going to stay at 10 million. It's not going to continue to bear fruit. It's going to slowly go down. And we've seen it happen so many times where people are like, oh, you know, I grew my business to 6 million, stayed there for a couple of years. You know, that was a couple of years ago. I don't know why, but I'm going down. Well, it's because everything gets more competitive. Everything gets saturated. And if you're not motivated and if you're not delegating properly or advancing properly, then you're going to be left behind, and that business that's going to bear fruit for years to come as you planned will no longer bear the fruit that you expected. So, you know, no matter what, if if there's a business who, you know, like you were saying, kind of like the caveat to what you were saying is like some people would want to just get to that point and stay there. That's great. Other people, not so much. There, you know, for the most part, I think majority of business owners, or at least a large percentage, want to just continue to grow, keep growing, sell the company or whatever that looks like for you. But yeah, I mean, no matter what, motivation is a massive piece of every aspect.
So
of that.
like, for example, not even with business, even with like fitness and health, the warmer weather is kind of cracking, it's slightly coming. And that's when I start doing my 100-yard sprints.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. Do you have any idea how fast I am?
I'll tell you right now, it's hard for me to get on that field. I need to do my first round of sprints. But when I do those sprints, what pushes me to do the 8 sets is the health benefits, the endorphins that I will feel. So if you're like you're a long distance runner, you can probably understand you feel like endorphins when you do this. When I do sprints, which are more anabolic in nature, it's just better for me. I feel that rush. So when I'm doing them, even on a hot day, I focus. I go, okay, let me get this done. I don't obsess about it. I just run. I just go. And then I focus at the end of the field. I say, hey, I'm going to run to the end of the field as fast as I can. Get one, come back, do it again, and push myself. But in the back of my head, the benefit is the health benefit, the cardiovascular benefit, the hormonal benefit. Speaking of hormones, you have to, if you're a male, typically and you don't feel motivated, you should go to the doctor and get yourself checked. You got to make sure your hormones are in line, because your lack of motivation might not even be your fault. It might be a situation with your endocrine system. You always got to get yourself checked, especially in the day and age with all the chemicals and plastics and shit like that. You got to say, hey, where am I at? Where are my hormones at? And keep yourself going. If you're over 40, get yourself checked. First and foremost, if you see yourself feeling less motivated, you have to consider these things. Now, on the flip side of the endocrine system, you have to look at nutrition. This really goes for everybody, male, female, whatever. You have to look at the mornings as your opportunity to get up and go and seize the day. And what I use, and what, if you want to try, is you got to understand in the morning, it's good to, everyone shits on cortisol. Cortisol is required in the morning. That is your go hormone, fight or flight. You need it in the morning. Past 12:30, it should be going down. So if you're downing caffeine drinks at 2 p.m., not smart. You're spiking cortisol, and that can make you crash. It can make you gain undesired weight. Look at supplements like L-tyrosine. L-tyrosine, it produces dopamine, gets you going. Look at alpha GPC. These are great nootropics that will get your mind, pumped up to go. So all of my morning stack of vitamins that I take are all designed to go up, to push up, and all my afternoon vitamins are designed to chill out, like phosphatidylserine. I take breaks on stuff. I used to take phosphatidylserine, which reduces cortisol. I take a super low dose of ashwagandha, and I cycle ashwagandha now. I don't take it every day. I probably take it 3-4 times a week. Very low dose, just to make sure cortisol is down, because you don't want to mess up your circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is when you start the day and then it goes like this, okay? So people drink coffee in the morning. That's a great way to get pepped up. Sometimes people chew nicotine gum to get themselves going. There are so many different things that can help you go into the day strong and then ease out, right? But that morning pop, if you're feeling kind of less motivated, you have to look at things like, if you're not a coffee drinker, maybe trying to get, ladies and gentlemen, have a Jocko Go. This will pep you up. Balanced energy, increased focus, and supports supports memory. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there's alpha GPC in this.
Yeah, alpha GPC is amazing. Cameron.
Do you ever try pre-workout?
Yeah. Before workout.
I don't really. When I was younger, I would fuck around with pre-workouts in the gym, and I stopped ever since I accidentally mixed 2 compounds. And it was on the shelves. You could get it at GNC. I think I was 22, and there was a pre-workout that had ephedrine, which is banned, by the way. It's banned now. It had ephedrine and yohimbine. What? I'm aging myself here. So back in the late 90s, early 2000s, in 2002, I was 22. I was at the gym. I took a pre-workout. It was a pill. It wasn't even a drink. It was a pre-workout pill. And I took it, felt amped up in the gym, and I'll never forget. I was like doing the pull downs. And then, I put it back up. And I stopped, and I had this pain in my chest, and I'm like, oh my God. And every time I would use it, I'd just push through it. I'd power through it. I'm like, what? This stuff's powerful. And then the next, month, I hear that stuff got banned. They were like, dangerous combo, taken off the shelves, don't mix these 2 compounds. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, oh my God, what an idiot. What an idiot I am.
You wouldn't know.
I don't know, but still, I felt stupid because I felt the symptoms, and I'm like, oh, screw this.
Actually, on the next episode, we should talk about get the heart pumping, the topic I had before. So thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to get notified every single time.
Peace out.
See you next time.
Peace. Peace out. Peace out.
See you next time.